God called Abraham. Long ago, God spoke to a man named Abram. God told him to leave his country, his people, and his father's house. God promised to lead him to a new land. God also promised, "I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you. And through you, all peoples on earth will be blessed." Abram did not know exactly where he was going, but he chose to trust God. So Abram obeyed. He left with his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, and all that they had. They journeyed from place to place, following the voice of God. When Abram came into the land God had shown him, the Lord promised that one day the land would belong to his descendants. Abram believed God. He built an altar and worshiped the Lord. But after some time, a famine came upon the land. Food became scarce. So Abram went down to Egypt. There, fear entered his heart. Abram was afraid that the Egyptians might kill him because Sarai was beautiful. So he told Sarai to say that she was his sister. It was a fearful and wrong decision. Sarai was taken into Pharaoh's house, but God stepped in. The Lord sent trouble upon Pharaoh's household, and Sarai was protected. Then Abram and Sarai were sent away safely. After that, Abram returned and called on the name of the Lord again. God was still leading him, and Abram was still learning to trust. A lot is too much. When Abram came back from Egypt, he returned to the place of the altar. There, he called on the name of the Lord. But now Abram and Lot had become very rich. They had many animals, many servants, and many possessions. Soon, the land was not enough for both of them to live together in peace. Their herdsmen began to argue. Tension grew between them. But Abram did not want fighting in the family. So he spoke kindly to Lot. He said, "Let there be no quarrel between us." Then Abram gave Lot the first choice of the land. Lot looked around. He saw the whole plain of the Jordan. It was well watered. It looked rich. It looked beautiful. So Lot chose it for himself. He moved toward the cities of the plain, and he pitched his tents near Sodom. But the men of Sodom were very wicked. They sinned greatly against the Lord. Then God spoke to Abram again. The Lord told him to lift up his eyes and look north, south, east, and west. God promised that all the land would belong to Abram's descendants. God even told Abram to walk through the land. Abram trusted God. He did not fight for what looked best. He believed that God's promise was better than what human eyes could see. Insufficient sons. Even though God had promised Abram many descendants, there was still a problem. Abram and Sarai had no child together. Years passed. Waiting became painful. The promise seemed far away. Abram even wondered if his servant, Eliezer of Damascus, would become his heir. But God spoke to him again. God brought Abram outside and said, "Look up at the sky. Count the stars if indeed you can count them. So shall your descendants be." And Abram believed the Lord. He trusted God, even when the promise seemed impossible. But Sarah grew tired of waiting. She gave her servant Hagar to Abram, so they could have a child through her. Hagar gave birth to a son. His name was Ishmael. But instead of peace, this brought pain into the household. There was jealousy, there was sadness, there was trouble in the family. Still, God saw Hagar. God did not forget Ishmael. Years later, God appeared to Abram again. God changed Abram's name to Abraham. He also changed Sarai's name to Sarah. God gave them the sign of the covenant, and He promised that Sarah herself would have a son. God said the child's name would be Isaac. God also said that Ishmael would be blessed, but the covenant promise would continue through Isaac. Then special visitors came to Abraham. Abraham welcomed them with kindness, and they brought amazing news. By the next year, Sarah would have a son. Sarah laughed when she heard it. She thought she was too old. But God asked, "Is anything too hard for the Lord?" Nothing is too hard for God. A lot is not enough. Lot had chosen the land near Sodom because it looked good. But Sodom was a wicked place. Its evil cried out before God. God revealed to Abraham that judgment was coming. When Abraham heard this, he began to pray. He pleaded with God for mercy. Again and again, Abraham asked if the city could be spared for the sake of righteous people. Abraham showed the heart of a true leader. He stood before God for others. Then angels went into Sodom. They warned Lot to leave quickly because the city was about to be destroyed. Lot tried to warn his sons-in-law, but they thought he was joking. At dawn, the angels urged Lot, his wife, and his 2 daughters to hurry. They were told to run. They were told not to look back. But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. Then fire and burning judgment fell on Sodom and Gomorrah. The city was destroyed. Smoke rose from the land like smoke from a furnace. But God remembered Abraham, and God rescued Lot before the city was destroyed. Lot had chosen what looked beautiful to the eye, but in the end, it was not enough. many sons. At last, God fulfilled his promise to Sarah. She gave birth to a son. They named him Isaac. Joy filled Abraham's home. The child they had waited for had finally come. Sarah laughed with joy. God had done exactly what he promised. As Isaac grew, Abraham held a feast when he was weaned. But during that time, Sarah saw Ishmael mocking, and tension rose again in the family. Sarah wanted Hagar, and Ishmael sent away. This deeply hurt Abraham, because Ishmael was also his son. But God told Abraham not to fear. God said that Isaac was the promised son. Yet God also promised that Ishmael would become a great nation. So Abraham sent Hagar and Ishmael away with sorrow in his heart. They wandered in the wilderness. Soon their water was gone. Hagar cried. She thought her son would die. But God heard the boy crying. The angel of God called to Hagar from heaven. God comforted her. Then God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. She filled the skin with water and gave the boy a drink. God remained with Ishmael as he grew. So there were too many sons for one peaceful household. But there were not too many for God's care. A father's sacrifice. Then came the greatest test of Abraham's life. God said, "Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love." Then God told him to go to the mountain he would show him. This was a hard command, a painful command. Isaac was the promised child, the miracle son, the son Abraham loved deeply, yet Abraham obeyed. Early the next morning, he rose and began the journey. For 3 days they traveled. Then Abraham told the servants to stay behind. He and Isaac continued up the mountain together. Isaac carried the wood. Abraham carried the fire and the knife. As they climbed, Isaac asked, "Father, where is the lamb for the sacrifice?" Abraham answered, "God himself will provide." When they reached the place, Abraham built the altar. He arranged the wood, and he prepared to obey fully. Then the angel of the Lord called from heaven, "Abraham, Abraham." "Do not lay your hand on the boy." Then Abraham looked up, and there in a thicket he saw a ram caught by its horns. He took the ram and offered it instead of his son. Then Abraham named that place, "The Lord will provide." On that mountain, Abraham learned again that God can be trusted. Even in the hardest test, even in the deepest pain. A wife for Isaac. After many years, Sarah died. Abraham mourned for her deeply, but he still believed that God's promise would continue. Now Isaac needed a wife, so Abraham called his trusted servant. He sent him on an important journey. The servant took 10 camels and traveled to Abraham's relatives. At last, he came to a well. There he prayed to God for help. He asked for a clear sign so he would know the right woman. Soon, Rebekah came to the well. She gave the servant water to drink. Then she also drew water for all his camels. The servant knew God had answered his prayer. Rebekah agreed to go with him. As she came near Isaac, she took her veil and covered herself. Then Isaac welcomed her. He married Rebekah. He loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. And so God's promise continued into the next generation. Abraham was not a perfect man, but he was a man who learned to trust God. He obeyed when God called him. He chose peace instead of strife. He waited when the promise seemed slow. He prayed for others. He trusted God in pain. And he obeyed even in the hardest test. That is why Abraham is remembered as a man of faith. And that is why his story still speaks today.